Donald Trump wasted almost no time in attacking Ron DeSantis after DeSantis's big win in the state of Florida. And Trump is also going after the media over an election disaster that he brought on himself. There's a good article in the New York Times called Trump Under Fire from Within Republican Party After the Midterms. A longtime advisor said Republicans have followed Donald Trump off the side of a cliff. Trump flipped out on Truth Social, which he also calls Truth Central.
Truth Central.
Yeah, as you know, Trump not only has gotten his own name wrong, he's gotten the name of his own social media platform wrong as well. Check out some of these posts on Truth. Quote, while in certain ways yesterday's election was somewhat disappointing, from my personal standpoint, it was a very big victory. It's all about him. 219 wins and 16 losses in the general. Who has ever done better than that? Remember, I don't know how many times I have to tell you this. I know Trump and the Republicans are refusing to accept it. He mostly endorsed incumbents and Republican nominees in easy red districts where whoever is the Republican nominee, they're going to win. You can run up the score very easily. The 16 losses are consequential. Control of the Senate hinges on those 16 losses. Control of the election systems by governors and secretaries of state in 2024 hinges on those losses. But Trump wants to insist 219 and 16. Okay, here's where it gets very ugly very quickly. Trump in his next post saying, quote, now that the election in Florida is over and everything went quite well, shouldn't it be said that in 2020, I got 1.1 million more votes in Florida than Ron DeSantis got this year, 5.7 million to 4.6 million? Just asking. There is one interpretation of this truth, and it is that Trump is realizing the energy is getting behind DeSantis. The strength of the Republican electorate is shifting like a storm coming in and changing the direction of the wind towards Ron DeSantis. And so he immediately needs to make the case, I'm stronger than DeSantis even in Florida. Now, if we want to take this seriously, you have to remember turnout is lower in midterms, and gubernatorial elections that coincide with a midterm rather than a general election tend to have lower turnout. Is there maybe something to the claim that Florida would prefer Trump over DeSantis in a presidential race? Sure. I don't know. I'm not taking a position on that. I don't know if a primary in the Republican Party in Florida were held today, whether it would be DeSantis or Trump. I don't know that. But this is already a full frontal attack on Ron DeSantis. Trump is reportedly seething about what's going on with Florida. He didn't even invite Ron DeSantis to his rally on Sunday, choosing instead only to have Marco Rubio there. He did mention, vote for Ron DeSantis. But it is very clear that Trump is furious with DeSantis. Another one of these truths, Trump then going after the media. Remember, it's me, DeSantis bad, media bad. Typical narcissist. Trump says, quote, incredible how dishonest the fake news media is. The failing New York Times has gone crazy. So many of the people I capital E endorsed went on to victory on Tuesday night. Nobody was even close. And they literally make up a story refusing to write the facts and only quoting enemies and losers. Almost all of the people I endorsed won. Yet if you read the story from two Trump-hating writers who only do as they are told, you would not even recognize the truth. They truly are the enemy of the people. Again, remember, the articles recognize that when it came to the critical, consequential races, Trump endorsed mostly people who lost. In the critical, would make a difference races. And then Trump again restating, quote, 219 wins against 16 losses in the general election. And yet the fake news writes only unrecognizable junk. No wonder they are all doing so badly. This is an absurd framing. Look at all of the people Trump endorsed who lost. Oz, Fetterman, Dixon. John Gibbs lost. Remember when I interviewed him? He was defeated. J.R. Majewski lost. Thank goodness. The 2018 midterms under Trump were not good for Republicans. The 2020 presidential was lost, and then they lost everything. Disaster in 2022. So now what? Are Republicans ready to say bye-bye to Donald Trump, or are they going to try it again in 2024? Let me know what you think. You've heard me talk about the accounts we've had hacked. It's a horrible experience. It can happen to anyone. Look up the stats. If it hasn't happened to you yet, it may at some point. Protecting yourself against scammers online can get complicated. Our sponsor, Aura, is the all-in-one solution that I now use to keep accounts safe. Aura scans the dark web for your personal info, emails, passwords, social security numbers, immediately alerts you if anything is found, helps you fix the problem. You also get alerts about suspicious credit inquiries. Aura automatically requests the removal of your information from search engines and data broker sites, and Aura protects all of your devices from malware with its state-of-the-art antivirus. And Aura also helps you manage what your kids can do on their devices with very simple, easy-to-use parental device controls. You can try Aura free for 2 weeks at aura.com/Pacman. Your login credentials might already be floating around. It takes only a few seconds on Aura to figure that out. And think of all of the other useful things you'll discover during the 2-week trial. The link is down below.